Oops. That's what I missed. Okay. Goodness. Hey there, Noel. So I know the artist of the month is Hannah Carlson, but I wanted to spend some time finishing a buddy color that I had with Kay, and I could only send her a half of a picture done for her video, and I'm determined to finish it so I can send her the whole thing. Anyhow, I had to buy this book for that buddy color, so it's okay. As you can see here, I like many of the pages, so. I'm not sure why it's not working. It's on. Crane camera's on. And that's moving. Can you hear me now? All my settings are fine. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why. Let me try something else here. Okay, did that help at all? Do I still, I mean, the mic is right here. Oh, I think you can hear me now. Yay! Good. So what happened was that I had my earbuds on. I had them on from earlier. Somehow that messes with the sound. So anyway, thank you, Shannon, for pointing that out, and I'm glad we fixed it. Awesome. How is everybody today? Hey, Kelly. Hey, Noelle. Hey, Shannon. So, what I was trying to tell you earlier, before you couldn't hear me, I know the prompt is Hannah Carlson, but I did a buddy color with Coloring with K, and I mostly forgot about it because I was so into finishing the pages from September that I forgot to do it. So I gave her a partial picture, and she put it in her video. I can't believe she did. I felt bad, but I thanked her for doing that, and so it just spurred me on to finish. I probably would not have picked this page myself because it has a lot of mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, especially giant ones, but this is the one she wanted, and I said okay. So I did it. And even though parts of it have been a pain in the rear to figure out, I have actually enjoyed the process of figuring out what I need to use. Hey Thomas, thanks for coming in. You're probably going to hear me eating breakfast. Hey, does anybody know when Kenny was going to come back? I think it's been several weeks now. Thanks, Callie. Happy Friday. Whenever we go camping, I come back and I have to think about what day it is. Okay. It's Friday already? Wow. Because the camping is like a very long weekend. So anyhow, I'm going to try not to move the camera too much today. So what I've been using is just Prismas because I wanted to go fast. But the other thing, I will not tell you the process I went through to do the sky. It is long and laborious. That's the word I was looking for earlier. When I was writing something to somebody. Laborious. That's the word I was trying to find, but I ended up using a different one. How is everybody? Have you had a good week? Or a terrible week? I can tell you my week after you told me yours. She said 3 weeks. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how long it's been. At least it's been almost 3, I think. That's since I've seen her. Oh, you did, Thomas. That's great. What pencils did you get? I got something new as well. Oh, I'll tell you what I got new. You see this? Yes. I got a cinch. Now, I have to tell you about this crazy thing. So, as I was tearing the pages out, I wanted to put the holes in the little part that you actually tear the page off from. But I messed it up so many times trying to get it right. Well, not too many times. That I decided I'll just take that off. That was a good practice run. And now I know how to do it and know what I'm doing. Yes. Chromaflows. Oh, Thomas. Well, let us know how you like them. Some people like them and some people don't. It's kind of like Prismas or Black Widows or anything. Anyhow, so then I decided, because these sides were so small and the bottom part was so big, that I decided to put it down here at the bottom. And therefore it opens like that instead of from the side. I guess it is from the side if you put it there. But anyway, the thing that I realized when I did that was that this doesn't get in the way of me using my right or my left hand. So, mine binded just fine on the side. It did? Yeah. Well, it does, but it cuts off so much of the space. It gets really close, almost right to. But the thing is that I wanted to try it since this wasn't like one of my favorite books. And what I realized is that the wire is not in the way of me coloring with both hands. So I think, depending on the book, I'm going to bind them at the bottom of the page. I got so excited about that I bound this one in the wrong spot. So I have to turn it around. But that's okay. It works. I haven't wanted to buy ChromaFlows myself. I don't feel the need, but there are a lot of reviews out there. Oh, that this one's the upside down? Well, it kind of does, because I'll go in there and I'll look at other pages, and then I'll come to this one. And I'll say, oh, I need to turn that around. But thankfully, that is the only page that does that. If I bound it on the side, like this, on this side, my hand would be touching the wire, making little indentions on my hand. So there are some books that are just going to have to be that way. But this particular one, the bottom part had the most space, and which means that each side is pretty even. So you can see that was one of the pages I was interested in doing. Anyhow, so I got that about 2 weeks ago. A wooden box. Wow. Callie, do you like a harder pencil? Are you a layering artist, colorist? If you like to layer, I mean, I even layer my Prismas, so I'm very much like that. Then you might like the Brutfuners. They are, I wouldn't say that they were as hard as a poly, but they're not as soft as Prisma either. They're oily and waxy kind of feel to them. But they're definitely layering. Anyhow, so like I said, I wasn't going to tell you my process of that. I probably will show you over here. Yeah, if you like those two, I think you'll like them. But then, do you need, if you've got polys and Prismas, do you need another set? It's just all up to you and your budget and what you want. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm waiting until my savings gets up to a certain amount, and then I will maybe get Lightfast. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, she does. What does yes, she does for? Yeah, Thomas, I understand about the small hands and the bigger pencils. I really like the Artisans are bigger, the Polys are bigger. She needs another set of pencils. Oh, yes. Yes, of course. You need another set of pencils, especially ones like that, because they are unique in a lot of ways. All right, let's get to coloring. But for some reason I can't find my smaller Tombow eraser, which vexes me greatly. Sorry, there's a lot of crud in the air right now, so I'm going to sound a little scratchy. All right, this came off. That's no bueno. It's kind of hard to put these kind of next to the binding. But, oh yeah, but Shannon, I love the binding machine. It only took me about a tiny part of one video to figure out how to do it. So, I like it so much. Okay, up here at the top, this is the one that took forever to figure out. The short of it is, I wanted kind of this underlying blue to glow out, and that's the very short of it. I used on the base part, sorry for the shaking, it's a shaky day. I started with China Blue, and I can show you here. See, that's where I erased the old coloring. I'll probably have to look at my other book to see where some of these things are. I'm not sure if I care about them, but we'll see. I got 20 packs of Happy Planner stickers. Ooh, at a yard sale. Nice. There's actually a super big neighborhood yard sale in a nearby neighborhood, and I'm very tempted to go over there and see what they have. Maybe I'll run into something like stickers or whatever. The next one I used on top of that was the violet blue. And I know this is a weird combination, but this is, after many, many trials and errors, this is the one that worked for me. And then I used, oh dear, where's the gray? Did I put that back or did it fall? There it is. Then I used the indigo blue. I actually did something wrong right there. This is where my round brush would have come in handy. Right next to the object, I erase, or I shouldn't even color there very much. Just a little bit there. Okay, indigo now. Hope I'm in the right place. It's a very odd combo, but it works for me. And then on top of that is 90% cool gray. Look how short this pencil is getting. Oh, the Neos? Yeah, I would love to have those. I do have a set of 15. Uh-oh. Did I freeze? There we go. All right. Yeah, I do have these. And I've worked with them very little. I guess I'm just kind of nervous. Okay, cool gray 90 on top of that. I might put a little more of the violet blue on top of that. All right, and then the next thing is Blue Lake. I put that around the edges. And then the powder blue, I start in the white part and then I fan into that dark just a little bit. I know there are better and easier ways to make a glow, but this is the one I picked. And then I took a white and just went along the edge, no fanning or anything. Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate, this white pencil. And the last thing, as I used a white pen, to go around the edge. And then I think that's dark enough. Just kind of put some stars in there. Fingers crossed for next week on Amazon. Oh yeah, the big one. Oh boy. You know, in the last few years, they haven't had wonderfully great sales, but I'm gonna keep watching. I'm watching a few things. Okay, so that's how I did that. My blues are getting much shorter. Sorry if my head gets in there. I might keep this little bubble, but and probably the swooshes. I don't know what you call those. Swooshies. But I'm going to color over the objects as much as I can. The bottom layer doesn't have to be perfectly pretty. Just making layers and layers and layers. I've got to be careful because after all this, I said, I think I'll make the top part the sky, and down here is a bunch of undergrowth and bushes and stuff like that. Because this is really kind of a pain. And as I was sitting here or there, I actually took this camping with me. I said, you know, I'm making this harder than it needs to. I think I need to use a marker of some kind. And so when I got home, I tested out some different Ohuhu markers. Sorry, I can't talk and color at the same time very well. I tested out some of the oil alcohol-based I'll get it out eventually. We had a good time on our trip, but it was tiring because it was the first trip of the season, and we're just, I mean, we haven't done anything in the summer as far as exercise goes. And we just got worn out. The weather was pretty good. It was warmer than we'd like, but um, there was a nice breeze. Where we were camping is sort of, so the ground is all different levels, I guess. You have the lower level, lower ground next to the water, and then you've got the road, and then after the road it kind of goes up a little bit, and we were up there, so we could see down at a nice angle, but the wind from the coming off the water would just, it would come right through that little tunnel of the trees around and the bushes, and it would just flow right up. It is our favorite spot. We're not right by the lake, but we are in a good spot. I'll show you a picture of our view in a minute. I'm trying to figure out how far down I want to go here. Probably I should have, oh, that's right. Hey Sue, how are you? Thank you. I think I might kind of match that a little bit and maybe come down. Those are about the same length away. Yeah, I had a different vision for this book, but it wasn't panning out. And this is, I tried all that. I tried this and that. And finally, did I do any more? I thought maybe I did something in another page. I think I took another page I didn't like that much and tried on there. And this is just what I came up with. Right or wrong. Okay, now it's this violet blue. My camera keeps messing up. So we had good weather. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see a lot of pictures. I can show y'all some too if you like. These parts don't necessarily have to be that dark, so I may not darken those. Okay, you'll have to tell me what a little Johnny is. Or do I want to know? Probably if I was more careful, I would cover more of the white spaces. But I'm exhausted still from the trip. And I taught 2 short classes, or 2 regular sized classes, and 1 long class this morning. And just kind of tired. So I will come down a little. I'll come down a little more, but when I'm done with this part, I'll switch to something else. Oh, Johnny Cash. Okay. This is indigo blue. I'm going to put just a little bit of that there. This mostly I'm going to be using the lighter colors. Sometimes when I want to figure out a technique, I'll go look it up on YouTube. And a lot of times I won't find any kind of technique for whatever it is I'm wanting to do. And I think, I should do a video. But you know how much I love doing videos. Not so much. Next is the 90% cool. I wanted this to be a warmer picture. I had a different idea for the background, but it wasn't working, so I like to make things harder than they ought to be. I had professors tell me, "You think too much." Yeah, so it's better than thinking little. So a glow effect was, I mean, you can find some videos on glow effects, but none that actually that was useful. Though one was useful, I have to say. It showed some layering to get a darker color. The colorist used a purpley color on the background at first, and then she came back in with a blue on top of that. So I thought, okay, well, let's try this layering stuff. Maybe I'll get it. I may have to come in here with, I haven't done this, so I'm gonna see what happens. No, let's try some more indigo. I need to color a moon. I want to go do a glow. Oh yeah. There's I'm gonna say her name. I'm too sleepy to remember names. Barbara Colors. She shows how to do a glow. Around like a sphere, so that would definitely work for a moon. All right, trying to get this to match this side, but it's kind of hard. All right, well, I'm going to start on the edges here. Yeah, Barbara. Oh, I love Barbara. She's so cool. It's good to have Connie back. Glad she's feeling better. Yeah, I put too much dark in that little section. The dogs are playing. Like, come on. Is this really the time of day you want to play? Now that I've pretty much come up with, oh, I don't need it there, with a weird way of doing a glow, and I'm almost done with it. I probably won't go back and look at anyone else's how to make things glow, except for Barbara's. I definitely want to do. I still haven't done that page in Rooms of Wonder that has the globe in the middle and all these little bottles of things laying around. So I've been wanting to do that one, but I think everybody, well, I just didn't say everybody, many people had apprehensions about doing that page, mostly because I think it might have been Coloring with Kay that said she was trying not to look at anyone's coloring of that page so she wouldn't be influenced. And she says that she has said that about other pages too. But, you know, I can understand not wanting to look like other people's, but when I look at someone's picture, I won't try to recreate the whole picture, usually, unless I'm following a tutorial. And even then, I may not. I didn't have my black pencil the whole time I was on my trip. I've been wanting to see what a little bit of black would do here, especially more in the center areas like that. Oh, I forgot something. I need to come out a little bit. I'm not that great at shading, but I try. Yeah, Commercial to you fancy colors. Oh, I'm not fancy. If you want fancy, Coloring with Kay, Elena, Coloring with Elena. I mean, everybody has a style that works for them. Barbara Colors, of course. I think I said that. I wouldn't say I was fancy. But anyway, when I'm looking at someone else's picture, I just pick out a few things that I like. It sort of naturally happens that way. I'll say, well, I like this part, but I think I'm going to use this other color. I started to do that on like it's dirty. On tutorials, I was a little more brave. Yeah. I might see a technique they've used and say, oh, I think I can use that on such and such picture. Or you can say, oh, their technique is terrible. They should have used this and this and this. Like Lily. Lady Hawk. Lady Hawk. I'm really not good at random stuff, and so I have to force myself to be random. If you didn't already know, the way to make the stars look realistic is to make them different sizes. I mean, more realistic, not, realistic, but can even make them big, like planet size. See, I'm already doing it. Look at that. I did that without even thinking about it. I have this thing about symmetry. I buy this jewelry from a friend. It begins with a P. I won't say the name. And sometimes she'll have jewelry that, see, you probably won't have many stars in this area. The necklaces are asymmetrical, and I just can't bring myself to buy one like that because it would bug me. I would keep saying, why can't I get this straight? Usually I just put in a bunch of dots. Oh, or comments. And then I'll go back and make some of them bigger. Don't have the edge to hold on my shaky hand. So that's kind of what I did, for good or for bad, right or wrong. Suppose I could use the other one. I can't find it just now. Just P1 in the drawer here. Yep. See how this lines. I like the line to be pretty thin, so maybe I like the line thicker. Can definitely make slightly bigger stars with this. I think I might, I'm liking the glow. I don't know where my tin is. Where's the tin? I've got the 2 5s. There's a tin. See what that looks like. If it'll even right on this. Sometimes these pens don't want to write. Well, this one evidently doesn't want to write at all. Just need to heat it up, I guess. Okay, well, I'm going to put that aside for another time. Hey y'all. So I like using Posca, but something happened that I don't know how to fix. I put in a tweezer to try to pull it out, and it won't come out. It's like the top is stuck in there. So I don't know if the answer is, yeah, I noticed that. I mean, I like the Sakura, but there are some things that it just won't write on. Very waxy stuff, it just glides over. Anyway, if y'all have any ideas about how to get that out of there. See, it's that top part that popped off. So I don't know. I mean, I've tried swirling. And it still won't come off. I don't know. Maybe I got some glue on it accidentally, or I just don't even know. But there's still paint in there. It just vexes me. So I actually have some that's coming. This is almost too bright, but I'm going to leave that there. Yeah. Tweezers is the best I can do. I wonder if I got the wrong one. This is why I like my poly so much. Oh, I didn't do this thing over here. All right. It's possible to take some out. I don't know how to make a very small, but the Sakura is not working right. It was working just fine yesterday. Oh, here it goes. Just had to clear the baffles. Do y'all have any plans for the weekend? I should ask you, if you could do something amazing this weekend, what would you do? Where would you go? Get out your fall deco. Awesome. You know, I don't really decorate for fall. I'm not sure why. My aunt, she goes all out for whatever season. She does the fall and the winter, of course, the Christmas. I think she has a few things for spring. getting white pins to work is probably the most... I think I have to agree with you on that. Just have to figure out what it wants. Pin, what do you want? This part's a little muddled right here because of, well, it just is. Because of the stems. So I think I'm just going to that's weird right there. I don't know what's going on with that. That's better. Okay. The next thing I did to make this more glowy was I came along and I put in this lemon yellow in the leaves. This one artist I was watching, she uses neon in some of her glowy things. And I'm not sure I can bring myself to using neon. What do y'all think? Let's see, I can use pale sage a little bit here. I already started Father Cream Porch. It's almost done. Need my house stuff. So now finding my tote in the garage is another story. Isn't that true? I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's got a weird color. I might have come... Oh, I know what I did. I used a light green color. Which one did I use? Something... I'm not sure. Did I use apple? No, it looks appley, so... This just brightens up. It's really very hard to get a glow around those leaves like that. This darker here. I'm going to go back over that. All right. I believe I used some white also. Not that it does that much, but and a little bit of this crimson red. I'm just trying to make it brighter. I believe I used... You know, I wonder if I used... Surely not. Since I just don't write my stuff down. I'm a bad girl. Let me try this spring. It's like a little spring is left on the trees, on the leaves. Kind of like that. Just brightens it up. Okay, what that thick line is doing is covering over that blur I was trying to do. I try to make both sides the same in whatever picture, but it's a challenge. Okay. Looks like I have a few stars at the bottom too. If I could redo this section, I would probably erase it and put in green. But it's alright, because I will do that over here also. Getting white pins, decorating. What next? So this crazy blue mushroom. I don't know where my brain is on that. I'm thinking like this should be very dark, you know, this under part. But then you might have some light coming from another place in front of the picture. Maybe I was just using the colors that are around it already. That's the same blue lake as I used up in the sky. So I don't know. It's kind of a mess. I'll keep working at it. Hey Gail, good to see you. Anyway, that led me to what am I going to do with this mushroom? But these are blue, and you've already seen me work with blue, and it's pretty much the same. So I could work on these little, I don't know what they are. I made them red. What all did I use? I used the scarlet red, mahogany red. I believe I used, oh, there that color is. I was wondering, oh no, I've lost my dark umber. Where did it go? In fact, I'm probably going to need that one. And it was actually put it in the wrong spot. I think I used sepia. I might have used the warm gray. We'll see. Thanks, Gail. This is sort of it's a whip in a way. Well, it is a whip. But I really need to get done with it. Well, this is going to be dark anyway, so I don't guess I really need to erase it, but I feel compelled. Oh, so I just got a message from somebody. She is someone in England. She is a learning challenged person, young lady, young to me. And we met, I don't know, I don't think too many things are accidents. So I won't say we met by accident, but it was an odd way we met. And if y'all are over on Facebook, you can maybe um, try to be her friend. She showed me all of her coloring books and all the pages she finished. And it was lots and lots of pictures. And she said, "Would you show me yours?" And I said, "Of course." Oh, on this, I used that lemon yellow. That lemon? Yeah. Just to bring in um, some lighter color there to, you know, put it together. And I was kind of worried about showing her some of my work because having a learning challenge, her work is going to be, less polished and all that. More like a child. And so I showed her a few simpler pages that I'd done. And then she wanted me to tell her what books I had. And so I got out the books and I snapped a few pictures. And I said, "This is not all my books, but this is a good sampling, I guess." And she said, "I really love to know where your books are, so how many books do you have?" And I said, "About 50, 60 maybe." I'm thinking she must have just started coloring in coloring books, but she actually has a lot of coloring books. Mostly, I would say it's the kind you get from Dollar General or someplace like that. Maybe even a discount store. If y'all want me to zoom in, let me know. I like seeing people's work very close. Anyhow, so we talked a little bit. She didn't type, she did her voice. So I did one of my messages with my voice. And anyway, she just asked me how I'm doing. And I can't reply at the moment. So anyway, just a sweet girl. I wonder if I should tell her name. Maybe I ought not to. She didn't give me permission to use her name out in the Netherlands. Remember to clean your eraser, folks. Okay, so that was the crimson red. Now I'm going to put in the mahogany red. Let me sharpen. So I'm just going to keep it in the shadows. Not that this is the only way to do it. This is just what I did. Yeah. But anyhow, she was trying to get something for free. It said free, and she said it had my name on it, and I said, I don't even have anything to offer for free. I don't have anything to offer at all. But anyhow, somehow she found it, and when folks just text you out of the blue and you don't know them from Adam or Eve, you know, you're kind of wary of it. Are they trying to sell something? That's the biggest thing. Someone who's kind of a friend or a friend of a friend will say, hey, would you do me a favor? Would you watch this video? Or would you, I don't know. What is your favorite such and such? Just anything. Just anything. And so I'm weary, and weary. And I was trying to tread carefully. This is the dark umber. I'm not sure I use this, but it looks good, so I'm gonna go with it. But she, as we kept talking, and she did a voice, I realized, oh, it's not that kind of a thing. So I was glad to meet her. So you never know when someone's gonna pop into your life. Crimson again. I think I used another color on top of this. See, now I can make some of this orange. I plucked pupils down, wanting to send me a message that if you don't know, if I don't know you, I don't answer. Yeah. There was another one right before hers, and it was definitely a scammy type of message. And I mean, I could have engaged with a person and I just didn't want to. But something about this girl, I just felt like I need to say hello. Mainly I wanted to figure out where she was getting this message that had me on there. So I'm not sure. It might have been an old post. I'm just thinking right now. It might have been an old post. I'm gonna get this espresso. Is that the one I wanted? No, I wanted sepia. I don't know why I pulled out the espresso. I used to call it espresso, and then I realized, oh, it's not. It's espresso. And just put in some deeper shadows. Deeper shadows. One of these days I'm going to challenge myself to just, what do they call that when you don't put any extra shadows and stuff in? Straight color, something like that. I'm going to challenge myself just a straight color. I'm always compelled to make things complicated when they don't have to be. That's pretty good. I thought about using a little bit more, like the sepia right here. I don't want it to be too dark. That one's already pretty dark, so I think I'll just leave that. Straight color blocking, yeah. I need to do that sometime. Just straight color block. Cold oatmeal isn't that bad. Not that I want it. Okay. The background. Not sure why I have that one. Oh, I forgot about using this blue on this background. It really doesn't make a difference. I mean, as far as the way it looks, it's just faster to put this Ohuhu down. A B140 aquamarine. But for the grass down here, I wanted to look, you know, oh no, I know what I should have done is done more brown there. Kind of comes down like that. Okay, I'm happy. Is to put down this G240 beige green. Oops, sorry. I forgot about using this on the part of the sky. Let's try this one. Whoa. I do not have my deal under there. That's interesting. I see. Anyway, use this beige green. And then I thought about adding some gray on top of it. Like this lighter gray. This is gray green GG020. I had this idea last night too of flicking some stuff, or just use it as shadow. See, it doesn't stay very long. Some of this part at the bottom, I can use the GG060 green gray for maybe some darker areas. We'll see how it goes in testing. I'm not sure I like that. Okay. Then I get my green out. Did I even use the olive? That's the one I had out, so I'm not sure. Let me test that. Yeah, that should be fine. Then just go over it with olive green. Very lightly. I like how this is missing some spots, because then it looks like there's something behind there. See, those are happy accidents. You say, oh, I messed up the picture, but wait a minute. I think I'll say this is so-and-so, and then everyone will think I meant to do it. How did you make those tiny little so-and-sos? It was an accident. I can't remember. That's what I was gonna do for the background. I just love coloring over these hidden pictures. It's like, go away already. Is anybody on it? 11:30? I said I was going to go to noon since I had a late class. Each class is about 25 minutes, but some students will book a 50-minute class, and I just happened to have that slot open. So she took the whole hour. No, I forgot to check for... And we actually took just about the whole hour. It's supposed to be a 50-minute class, but she likes to talk and I like to talk, and so we talked, and it was funny. And it just took me, so not only was longer than the usual class, I went over time too. I'm not sure what I'll do here. I might just make that darker of a green. Now I'm thinking I might want to put in I'm not sure. I didn't give any thought to blending some sky down. So I'm just not sure if it would be lighter as it went down. Probably be darker. We should put in a darker green, or maybe use the warm gray. Where's my warm gray? That's warm gray. I don't know, I'm figuring this out as I go. It's pretty good. Back to the green. Where did you go? Where did the green go? There it is. So the trick is, at least for me, is to figure out, I'm not sure I like that green up here. Figure out where, you know, it's darker at the top and you've got light coming from under. I don't know. That's one of those things that I probably shouldn't worry about. Did I use... didn't use Kelly. That's actually, that might be okay. Yikes. Crazy green, crazy green. I don't remember using Kelly green up here. I want to say, I don't think I used olive. Probably not. I got kelp. Oh, that's not Kelly, it's kelp. I think it was kelp and what is this? This is not olive. Marine green with maybe a little bit of some of these. Excuse me. So I think I'm headed in the right direction. I'm glad they stopped putting the hidden pictures in their books. It's really funny how so many people were upset about that. But I agree. I'm not a big fan of the hidden pictures. The pictures are so lovely. I don't know why they have to muck it all up with hidden pictures. But then there's people that like them and they just color them straight as they are. Not me. Not me. This is the kelp green. Which is actually the darker one. That's funny. This is really dark. I was not sure if I would put glow around the bottom part here. We'll just have to see. Moss is a little browner. What I'd like is like a lighter version of these two. I guess I could add a cream or a sand color. Wait a minute. No, that's not the color I'm looking for. This is not the color you're looking for. Not sure about sand either. Eggshell. Actually, the sand might work. I don't know, we'll just have to play with it. I'm frozen. Thanks. I thought, is she talking about the movie? I like how this is blending things up because it has enough yellow in it to, I don't know, to give it a fall kind of feeling. I just make these things up as I go along, really. I need to sharpen that. Probably won't have mine into in objects if they went on with the theme. Yeah, there were a few of the last books that they did that went along with the theme, but it just didn't make it any better for me. I still would color right over them. I used to put, at least on one of the pictures, put some kind of white or paint or something over it, but it never seemed to disappear enough. Oh, I went into that yellow. I went into the yellow. I've got to find my little round mono zero. Now, what was it? Oh, over here. Did I tell you about the tornado we had the other night? This is sepia. I was waiting for someone to say that. It was Wednesday night. Yeah, we just got back from camping that day. And we knew it was going to rain. And then there was a storm warning, or storm watch. It always starts as a watch first. And then as the night went on, oh, I sit in this chair for too long. I was sitting there playing a game, I think. Maybe I was coloring, I don't remember. But suddenly, about 9:45, I get this beep on my phone, but also I started to hearing the sirens go off. And I thought, what is going on? So I looked at my phone and it said tornado warning. And it was kind of crazy. So I got up, and Steve, poor Steve, he had already gone to bed. I like that. He had already gone to bed, and I had to go wake him up. And I said, Steve, the sirens are going off. There's a tornado warning. So he stumbled out of bed and went to the bathroom, and then came in the hallway with his pillow and just kind of slumped down like, I don't know, like someone slumping down in the hall during a tornado. Ooh, I like this. I just play around with stuff until I think, oh, that's cool. Anyway, it was from 9:45 to 10:30. It still was stormy out. But the tornado warning finally went away. And we were watching the radar, of course, like we always do during that kind of thing. And we could see, isn't there something between these two? We could see the hook signature on the radar, and I texted my sister, and because she lives with our parents nearby in the same town, and I said, "Are y'all okay?" We're in the bathroom, the master bath, because they're in a that kind of the master bath is sort of the center, I guess. They could have gotten the closet, I guess, but anyway, they thought bathroom. And they were fine. They were a little bit shaken, but okay. Then I asked my husband's dad, my father-in-law, I said, "Were you asleep or during the sirens, or did you hear them and get in the bathroom?" He said, "Oh, I slept." He slept through the whole thing. So it's kind of funny, but kind of not. Because if a tornado had barreled through the middle of town where he lives, that could be serious. I suppose he would awaken during such a loud noise like a tornado. But it rained like the dickens. We didn't get any hail that I remember. If we did, it was short-lived. I don't know why I colored around that. And the cat and the dogs came in the hallway with us, and Tyler was trying to get everybody in order. He's a little general. I just named him that. Little general. Everybody's got to be in their place. So, anyone else been through a tornado, and what did you do? Were you caught in the middle of it? Were you out somewhere? Do you have a good story? Or a bad story? You could even tell a bad story. There was a tornado that came through this area. I want to say 6 years ago. It must have been 5 or 6 years ago. And it barreled through and demolished some homes. Oh, about a mile or two away. Oh, Utah's too hot. Yeah. Yeah, on our camping trip, it was hot, but it was there were breezes coming off the lake, so that was really nice. I forgot about what color to make those leaves. Just earthquakes. Well, I'm not sure if I'd rather have an earthquake or a tornado. I wonder if this... This goes on the... No, they're the same. Oh, it's the same. We were traveling through Wyoming and got stuck under an overpass during a tornado with baseball-sized hail. Oh my goodness, Noelle. I'll take one earthquake over tornadoes and hurricanes any day. Yeah, you got some good points there. Good points. As long as it's not the big one. You know, they've talked about that for years now. I'm trying some stuff. Testing. You know, I used to knock wood, and I just decided, well, I don't really need to. You know, it's just a habit that I got into. I mean, it's just a thing we all do. So I decided to not do it. We have a better chance of our houses not being totally damaged. A tornado will... That would be it. Yes, I can agree with that. Except that a tornado potentially only damages a few houses in the area. And I'm not belittling damaging houses. But with an earthquake, that could damage a lot of houses in the area. But I can see if you... sorry, I lost my train. My brain interrupted me and said, hey, you need to think about what you're doing next. I can see why you would say that, though, being that it would only shake some stuff. Well, sort of. Depending on where it is and how strong it is. I'm asking myself, why am I not using pencil on this? So, I don't know. Yeah. I may have to agree with you on that. May have to agree. Let's dark one first. Is this the dark one? Why do I get these mixed up? It's dark one. Marine is darker. That is almost too dark. Let's try. The kelp green. We actually have some earthquakes around here, but they're usually so small that we don't even know we have an earthquake. The closest thing to an earthquake I have felt, don't get me wrong, you can end up with a big mess, but the most part cosmetic unless you live in a home that's non-solid. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, the closest thing to an earthquake I've experienced is several years ago. Must have been 7, 8, something like that. We were sitting in our living room watching TV, and suddenly the house starts shaking. It's not like for a long time or any kind of damaging shake, but it was definitely a shake. And I said, Steve, I think we had an earthquake. So I started looking up, who was talking on Facebook from our town. And so I posted, I said, did anybody feel that earthquake? And a friend of mine said, yes, I felt it. Another friend felt it all the way to another town that's a little further. Their house shook too. And I thought, wow. And then somebody came in and said, oh, there was the TV. It was the news popped in and said that there was an explosion at a chemical plant in West Texas. That's actually not West Texas, but a town named West. And that's 30-minute drive away, at least, maybe a little more. That's almost a Waco. So we could feel that all the way up here. If you looked up the town West and then you look up Midlothian, where I live, you can see how far it is. And then Cedar Hill is right north of that. So you can see how far the feeling went. And that's the closest thing to a sorry about this camera. I'm not sure why it keeps doing that. That's the closest thing to a earthquake that I felt. As I really thought, oh my gosh, I felt an earthquake. It was bizarre. using this sepia. Ooh, I think I'll do a poll. Start a poll. We will say, ugh, how do you personally pronounce this word? C-P-A or say-P-A? Okay. Get yourself voting over there. Did it work? Yes, it did. All 6 of you watching, go vote. I think once I put this sepia down here, I'm going to go back with, you don't? That's weird. I wonder if I need to restart that. But I can't do a poll on my phone, so I'm not sure. I guess you could just say, let's see. No. That's weird. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on in that. Ah, now you should be able to see it. I think. I'll just do this. A is C-P-A. And B is say-P-A. Since the poll doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. Facebook sometimes is just crazy. I mean, Facebook. YouTube. This is the kelp green. C-P-A. Okay. You got it. C-P-A. I've heard it both ways, so I never know what to settle on. See? Okay. Well, y'all help me to settle then. Well, it's about time for me to go anyway. I thank y'all for coming in, and I hope you have a good weekend. And, oh yeah, I was going to show you some pictures from our camping. Oh, that was the tornado, by the way. See that little thing right there? And the blue is where we live. Yes. All right, you're not going to be able to see any important information. Oh, I know. I could just go into my favorites, because that'll be shorter. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. I'll just show you the shorter ones. There we go. This little area right here is where we put our boats in. The lake is actually about 2 feet down, maybe a foot and a half. So usually the water will come up to this spot right here, but it's got a little beach there. And this was about the golden hour, so you can see the leaves shining on that side. It's not the best golden hour pictures, but it's pretty good. I like a lot of those. So it's a little more now as the clouds moved away. So during the day it was windy and blue sky, a little bit of a breeze, and then as the afternoon went on, it started to get cloudy again, and we really thought it was going to rain. This is where you can rent your boats or kayaks. This is the store. We like to go there and buy ice cream, but we didn't. No, we did. We did it this time, yeah. And this is a little bit of a spit of land that comes out. A lot of people like to just sit there. So, I did a fisheye picture of that, but it's pretty neat. Oh, you can even see right here how far the water is down. Yeah, that's a good shot right there. I know I liked more things than that. This is one of my favorite pictures. This is an area that we call Turtle Cove, because to take this picture, I'm standing on a bridge, a little bridge, and you can see how low the water is. Usually you can see just a little bit of that grass, seagrass there. I forgot what it was called, bulrushes. And I love how the sun is hitting those trees like that. It's awesome. That's even better. That's probably my favorite picture. Okay, so there's the bridge. You can see the bridge that goes across. And right behind the bridge, over on this other side, there's an area of like runoff where turtles like to climb up on the fallen wood, fallen limbs and trunks, and they like to sunbathe. But it's overgrown right now, being the summer. And look, here's my little pup. I used to take pictures of Kinsey looking down a path, and I had so many. We said we should make a book, but now I've got little Tyler. Here's see if y'all can hear that. It's so quiet and peaceful there. Even when there's people swimming or boating, it's still relaxing. It's not a super big lake, but it is just right. That's one of my favorites. And that is where we camped. Taller State Park. You can look that up. Next month, we're going to go to Inks Lake. That was pretty good. Let me show you little Tyler on the boat. There he is. There's my feet. I don't know if he's nervous or he's really sleepy. You're welcome. Thanks for coming in. And thanks for watching my little slideshow there. We will start something new on Tuesday. I'm going to work on this, you know, probably until Tuesday. I don't know. I'm going to work on it. So I'll have something to post. Y'all have a great day. I will see you later. Bye, y'all.